Hello and welcome to Tech 24. I'm Anelise Borges. Coming up, bionic bodies used to be a fantasy, but the reality is just around the corner. In today's show, we tell you how science and technology are not just repairing us, but enhancing us. And in Test 24, we take you to the Paris Tech Festival Futur Seine for a close look at Augment, an app that is helping to sell products online by letting customers see what they might look like in the real world. But first, let's take a closer look at the latest estimates on the number of people using social networking sites over the next 5 years. The figure of the week is brought to you by Le Journal du Net.
In 2013, figures show more than 1.7 billion people in the world are active users of social networks. In other words, 1 in 4 people. The Asia-Pacific region is by far the most connected, with 777 million social network users. China alone has more users than North America and Western Europe combined. By 2017, the number of social network users is expected to double to approach 2.5 billion, meaning 1/3 of the world's population will be enjoying a social life online.
Our bionic future is fast becoming a reality. From artificial hearts that greatly extend human lifespan, to drugs that enhance cognitive function, to nano implants that can detect the presence of cancer-causing enzymes. We're approaching the point at which medical technology can not only rebuild us, but may actually be able to make us better, stronger, and faster. Marc joins me now so we can look at a few examples of how science and technology are not just repairing us, but enhancing us. First, Stanford researchers that have developed a solar-powered retinal implant that could one day correct blindness. Tell us a little bit more about how that works, Marc.
Well, and this is very close to my heart. A member of my family has a macular degenerative condition, and this is a fantastic breakthrough. And what they've done is they're able to wirelessly, they've put a microchip behind the into the tissue behind the retina that communicates with the neurons that send the visual signals to the brain, and in turn that communicates, so the microchip communicates with glasses that are outside wirelessly. And huge breakthrough, but not the first time this has happened. In 2009, a lady called Barbara Campbell, who's 59, who was blind for the best part of 20 years, was able to regain partial vision through a artificial retina implant. But that one did have wires, and also didn't have quite the same resolution. But it's a very exciting time. Very exciting.
Now,
time.
back in 2010, the researcher Marc experimented with biohacking and decided to implant a computer virus into his body. Is it possible to imagine a world where bionic bodies or body parts get hacked, for example?
So a little background, Marc Gasson, a university professor, University of Reading in the UK. He did implant himself with an RFID chip that was infected with malware. It hasn't really done anything because all it does is relate to his smartphone. It's linked to his smartphone, and he can open doors at his university. But biohacking is potentially there. There is the potential for that. Have you ever watched a series called Homeland?
Not really. I'm not a big.
It's a fantastic series where, in an alternate reality, if you will, the vice president his pacemaker is hacked. As crazy as that sounds, millions of people in the world rely on these brilliant technologies to stay alive. Yeah, absolutely. And implanted medical devices have been around for decades, and they give fantastic data and information to doctors, but a lot of these do not have any sort of defensive mechanisms, and it could quite easily be hacked. And I'm just touch wood right now, there are no reports or no cases of cyber attacks causing any deaths, but I can say that it's not too crazy to think that it would or could happen in the future.
Scary stuff. Thanks for that, Marc. We'll move on now. It's time for Test 24. Have you ever been shopping for something like a couch or a TV and given up on the purchase because you didn't know if it would fit or look right in your home? Augment, available on both Android and iOS, uses augmented reality to let you visualize how products will look in any environment. How? Marc and Guillaume Gralet went to the Paris Tech Fair Futur Seine to check it out.
So we're here at Futur en Seine 2013 in the northeast of Paris, and this is where the cream of French innovators have gathered. We've got over 120 different prototypes. We've got people from all over the world, so it's a cultural melting pot, a designing and innovating melting pot. And the best thing about it, it's tomorrow's future today.
Futur en Seine is arguably France's biggest digital festival. A 10-day event seeking to bring together major actors in the digital technology space, as well as increase public awareness about new innovations emerging in France. It was launched in 2009 by Cap Digital, a French public agency dedicated to the development of the innovative economy. Their aim? To connect people, organizations, universities and labs so they can innovate together and do more on a global scale. Besides the lectures and workshops, it's a chance for innovators, entrepreneurs, digital activists and students to meet and discuss their ideas in one place. Topics such as the digital economy's role in beating the financial crisis, open data and feminism or mobile shopping were all debated this year. But above all, Futur en Seine is about the innovations.
So I'm very excited about the next gadget we're going to be testing out. It's from a company called Augment, and what they do is they allow you to visualize things without actually needing to solidify anything. It's all interactive, it's all three-dimensional, and I tell you what, I've got problems visualizing a lot of things. This is going to help us out. Jean-François Kieneta, welcome. This is you're the CEO of Augment.
Exactly.
Can you tell us a little bit about your product?
Yeah, sure. So imagine you want to buy a table on an e-commerce website. You have no idea of how it looks like, and you don't want to make a mistake because it's a big table, it's expensive. So before buying it online, with Augment, you can visualize how it will look like directly in your living room.
An interior designer's dream, Augment's application allows you to literally position objects where you're standing. It's also been useful for architects to visualize projects in the potential location. Visualizing furniture and buildings at the swipe of a screen, trying out smart glasses which teach you how to play the xylophone, or 3D printers making images of your head are all part and parcel of this innovators fair. And ultimately, it's a chance to try out tomorrow's objects, which will hopefully make life easier today.
That is indeed a great gadget, Mark. How did you rate it?
Well, look, in terms of design, appearance, lovely, great to look at, 8 out of 10. Easy to use. Problem is, there aren't enough products available right now. So really, we've gone down low with that one. 3 out of 10. Relevant, 7 out of 10 because it is a free app, but it is relevant. 7 out of 10 total. 6 out of 10, I would say, as soon as they add more products, it's going to be a fantastic application.
You'll
definitely.
go for it.
Absolutely.
Thanks for that, Mark, and thank you for watching this edition of Tech 24. Don't forget, you can keep the conversation going on Twitter and Facebook. You have our handle there at the bottom of your screen. And we leave it today with 1,556 Instagrams. Before the confirmation that Instagram would indeed jump into the world of video sharing with video on Instagram, the creative duo Friends Info made their own video from Instagram photos. 1,556 of them to be exact. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.